recap now, and then we'll get on to diving right into the adventure, let's say. So, first session, Granville d'Argent, a forest gnome Wizlock, has been fighting in the border wars. He comes back home to his d'Argent residence, and as he arrives, he finds 6 mysterious figures riding off into the distance. When he makes his way towards the house, he finds his goblinoid manservant Bobo face down in a shallow grave, and running into the house, he manages to find... We'll just have a check here on the chat. Somebody's just put something in there. He manages to find that his poor dear departed grandma, the body has been desecrated as far as he's concerned and tied to the chair. He finds that the house, the contents have been scattered and everything that was of value has left the property. So he decides to take his goblinoid companion and set off in the direction of Hexford, the town that he had previously visited. Yeah, so he sets off in the direction of Hexford to see a known contact called Captain Jack. And this contact is who he believes will help him to try and find these bandits or these terrible people that have broken in to his residence. So he heads off in that way, and as he does, he has a few encounters in the woods. He goes through the forests, over the hills, and into the village, the town of Hexford, and along the way he gets assaulted by some bandits. But him and his goblinoid companion Bobo manage to overpower them, and it all turns out all right in the end. And they manage to get to Hexford, mostly unmolested. So, I did promise you some fan art last time. Well, not fan art, because I've drawn it, so it can't be fan art unless I'm saying that I'm actually a fan of myself. I don't think even I'm that vain. So let's have a go here. Let's see if we can... Yep, first character up. There we go. So that is our gnome Wizlock, Granville. There he is. Don't expect anything too amazing. As I said, I've drawn him myself. Hopefully it's not too horrendous to the eyes. Right. So that is Thingy there. And we have his companion now. I'll put his companion up here. Bobo. Now, the perceptive amongst you may realise that Bobo looks suspiciously like Granville. All I'm saying is that maybe Papa d'Argent had a thing for the goblinoid help. As it is, Granville is not for acknowledging this. And also, when they get to Hexford, we said that they'd move into the Black Cow, and at the Black Cow they were meeting their contact, Captain Jack. And I've gone ahead and drawn a picture of Captain Jack here for you. So there is Captain Jack with his eye patch, looking sombre, none too pleased that Granville has walked him through the door. And I'll just put the map up if I can here. Drop that over there. Yeah. So that should give you some idea now. Wrong version of the map, but never mind, I'll point some things out for you with the cursor then. So this here is a d'Argent residence, and this here at the top is where Hexford is, just there where I'm putting the mouse. So that's Hexford, and at the moment we're in the Black Cow there with our 3 characters. Somebody's put Jack Pigeon in the comments here. Yeah, a poor man's Jack Sparrow, basically. Anyway, we'll minimise that now. We'll minimise out of these guys now that you've seen the art. Just go back to the stat sheet. So, walking in Granville surveys the area. It's quite difficult for a gnome to do, being so small and quite a busy bar. So he climbs up the top, bringing Bobo's shoulders, scans the room, and manages to see the dour-looking face of Captain Jack there in the background. It's been suggested that it's Captain Jack Door. Very good play on words there, thank you. So, yeah, he sees him scouring in the background, and then he decides to make his way over. So he makes his way over towards the dour-looking gentleman in the corner, the one with the eye patch, not looking too pleased about anything. And as he walks over, the one good eye watches him coming towards him. So he makes his way, Granville makes his way over to the table, pulls up a chair, and a second after that, you see that Bobo pulls up a chair. Captain Jack looks at Granville, eyes him over with his solitary eye, just looks him up and down. Well, look who it ain't. Looking at Granville, and Granville just replies, yes, well, you know, the proverbial bad penny shows back up again as it is. I'm wondering whether you could help us at all. I have a little issue. He looks at him, Captain Jack's like, well, the last time I helped you didn't do me much good, did it? And he just taps his eye, the bad eye, obviously. Granville sort of, well, I never intended for things to come down that way. These things just happen in the midst of war. And anyway, at this moment, Captain Jack just lets out a low growl, but he looks at this goblinoid figure next to him and goes, Oi, Pipsqueak, you never told me you had a brother. And this is when Granville looks at Bobo and goes, what do you mean? What talk of brother? This is my goblinoid manservant, brother. Whatever do you mean? Captain Jack looks at Bobo, gives him a really good look, and then double checks, has another look at Granville like, is this guy for real? And Bobo just sort of shrugs his shoulders. Captain Jack sort of leaves it there because he isn't really getting any further in the conversation. But then, so what do you want anyway? What are you here for? Well, there were bandits, some sort of bad people that broke into our our house perhaps needs the help, but my house, they broke into it, and they desecrated poor Granny's body before we could bury her. Most sickening. Now I seek vengeance and justice upon these bad souls, and I know that you're in the business of bounty hunting and bad deeds. Is there anybody that I could think of who would help me on the way to find these bad fellows? I thought you came straight to my mind. And Captain Jack just looks at him as well. Lucky me, eh? You back here after all this time? I dare say there's a good chance that I could help you with that. But what's in it for me? Well, I'm really sorry, but as I say, they cleared me out. I can't help you with anything financial. Surely you could find it in the kindness of your heart to help a fellow, comrade in arms, as it was. Once upon a time we fought together on the front. Surely that bond counts for something. Captain Jack just gives him a withering look and, well, I suppose. What do you want me to do about it? Not now. Well, you couldn't give me any information about them right now, could you? Don't suppose I can. I'll have to ask around all this type of stuff. But I do have some things you can help me with. Some little jobs that need tidying up. Granville looks at him. Oh, I'd be more than happy to help, but you know that. I'm always an amenable fellow myself. History says so, you remember. But there is a problem. We're Bobo and I are a bit short on supplies. Makes very little money and not really any health potions or powders or anything to keep us in the fight, as they say. You couldn't advance a fellow a few readies, could you? Captain Jack just looks at him with the most withering look, and it's obvious there is going to be no money forthcoming at this point. And he's like, well, it doesn't hurt to ask. If you don't ask, if you don't try, you'll never know. I do have a job that you could help me with, though. A little job, which would pay out a little bit of money, and then once you've got that money, you could get yourself some health potions, etc., all the stuff that you'd like to have in your backpack when you're chasing down these bad folks, as you say. Nothing too big. My cousin Dupree, has got a problem with his cat. And that problem is somebody's stolen it. Now, it's not a big enough job to send out some of my normal boys, but the fact that you've turned up in town, well, that's fortuitous, let's say, a bit of serendipity. I can throw that job yours and Bobo's way. You could help me out and then get yourself back on more of an even footing with myself. What do you say? Oh, well, what exactly do you require of us anyway? You said something about a cat. Sure, you don't have any lowly henchmen more lowly than I that could do it. Well, it's a retrieval job. That cat's been stolen, and it doesn't sit well with my cousin Dupree's pride to have his property taken. You should know yourself, talking about your ransacked house. So anyway, you go down, you bring cat back. Dupree's grateful, I'm grateful. It's all a good job. Well, we haven't got anything else going at the moment, and I suppose, well, we do need the money, don't we, Bobo? Bobo just shrugged his shoulders. He doesn't look overly bothered, Bobo, but he's not doing anything else himself, so if it's agreed, he's going to do it. Oh, just trying to make me laugh here on the chat. Haha. Yes, so he sort of spits, offers out his hand to Captain Jack. Captain Jack, fortunately, looks down at his hand and he's wearing leather gloves, so he's like, oh well, fair enough. Shakes his hand. And that's it. So out of the Black Cow, Bobo and Granville set off, not without asking where exactly they think this cat is being held. Granville tells them that he's being held back in the woods a couple of days away in the direction that he has just come from. Well, Granville's a bit disappointed about this. It feels a bit like going 2 steps forward and 1 step back, but he decides that he's going to go and do it anyway because he's short of options. So he's heading off back into the woods whence he came. Now, it would take him a day to cross the plain, well, 2 days to cross the plains back into the woods, a day into the wood. We don't know the cat's name at the moment. We're going to find out in a bit. So it's 2 days back into the woods, a day in the woods. So a day in the woods would be 1.5 days on the hex. So let's call it 2 days. 2 days in the plains would be fine. That's 2 days. He's got 2 days worth of journeying to do, which means I'm going to roll on the encounter table twice to see if anything happens before he manages to get to this cave-like dungeon place that he's been told that this cat is being held at. So I will just go ahead and roll them here. Now, last time I showed you some of the tables on the stream, and a lot of people said that seemed a bit too crunchy, and the problem was it slowed down the narrative a bit. So I will just go ahead and roll and see how we go. Oh, that's nice and low. It's a 14, which means there is no encounter on the plains. Let's see if we have another encounter in the forest. Oh, we've got a 53 in the forest. So that is encounter number 7. Let's scroll through and have a check how bad things are going to get. Oh, lovely. Seem to have entered a terrible scene unfolding in front of you. A dozen humans are crawling around with their innards spilled out, and some still alive, soaked in blood. A cart with merchandise is overturned, and a few people are moaning and others screaming. A woman in chainmail is trying to lift a sword. When a comparatively healthy young man sees you, he screams hysterically, "Robbers! They took our horses! Do you have water? Is anyone a healer?" "No, brother, don't fall asleep." Oh. Velociraptor swarm. Somebody's been watching Jurassic Park on the TV downstairs. It's not a Velociraptor swarm that's attacked him, I don't think. So what I'll do is I'll build this into the encounter. Just looking at the encounter, it appears that this is a sadistic trick by some slavers that have used animal intestines and buckets of blood to stage an ambush to try and lure the unwary traveller. Now, obviously, Granville and Bobo don't know this. They are going to walk into this trap unawares. We're going to have to see what goes down. So what I'll do is I'll roll a d6 to see how many bandits there are that are going to leap up and try and attack Bobo and Granville. So it says 4. So we'll count one of them as a woman, one of them as the guy that is roaming around, and then 2 more burst out of the woods and will attempt to hack and slash at poor Granville and Bobo. It's a dangerous time to go travelling through these woods. Last time Granville and Bobo were around about, they got attacked by bandits. Or maybe they're just bandit magnets. When they go, bandits just leap out of the woodworks at them. To be fair, though, if you saw a forest gnome and what appears to be a goblinoid, but we know is probably half gnome, half goblin, a noblin, which makes me laugh far too much. But if you saw 2 of these little guys wandering around by themselves, you would think they were easy pickings as well. 2 little tiddly fellas, all of under 3 foot between them, wouldn't even scrape a full-size human together. As a bandit, I'd try and take my luck there. I think that'd work out quite well. Right, let's roll the initiative for them. Let's roll Granville's initiative. It's been suggested that the woman is a level 12 cleric. No, she's not. Thank you. I'm not ready for that. It says here that there may just be some concerned hunters trying to keep the road clear of goblins. I'll have you know that Granville is not a goblin. You'd be very offended if you called him a goblin. Let's roll Granville's initiative. See what he gets. Is he going to roll that dice for me? Come on. Taking a second or 2 to make its mind up. So he gets a 15 initiative. Oh, he's been beaten to the drop by the bandits. Wonderful. Let's start here then. 4 bandits. Come on, anytime you want to open the short summary for me, that'd be nice. There we go. Right, armor cast 12, hit points 11, and an attack. Right, let's have a look here. This is a bit where I'm going to make sure that my sidekick kicks in. Gnomes are a problem in the woods. They disrupt traffic by getting caught under the wheels and flung into the axles. Oh, delightful. I can just imagine that scene. There's a mental image of this, just like a lemming type thing flying through the air. Right, so he has Defender, Granville, so disadvantage on attack roll a creature within 5 feet of whose target isn't the warrior. Right, so they're going to all have disadvantage when they try and shoot me. Yeah, so they'll all use the light crossbows to begin with. That's 4 d20s, we'll see. Right, let's see how they go. So I'll say that 2 of them are going to try and shoot at me. Now, unfortunately, these will be with disadvantage because Bobo is my defender. I'm basically using him as a meat shield. So 11 and 4, those aren't going to pass my armour. Well, 4 it actually was. So next one will fire at me, see how that one does. And that gets a 3, so that is no good. Right, 2 of them will attempt to try and shoot at Bobo. 1 of them manages to hit him, I think. Let me just have a check at his armour. Right, yep. So see how we go here. So 1 of them gets through his armour, yes. And this bandit, when they do damage, they do 5 points of damage. So we'll take 5 damage there. Right, so it's my turn to get back at some of these bandits here. Fantastic. Let's smash a bandit or 2 now. Right. So we have an armor class of 12. What am I going to do with them? Yeah. Just see here. I think that action is a bonus action to put a hex on somebody, but I'll have a look. Yeah, so bonus action, that is a hex. So, yeah, I'm going to hex 1 of them. So we'll whack that hex on 1 of them. That's great. So bandit 1 we'll say has a hex on it now. Wonderful. The hex, that's my bonus action. I'm going to close the distance between us now and then attack them. So what did the bonus action do then? +2 to damage rolls and score will hit him a 19 or 20. Okay. So I'm going to use my hex weapon now just to try and smash bandit 1 in the face. Okay, got an 18 plus 4. Was it +2 to hit? Was it +2 to wound? Damage rolls. Damage rolls. Excellent. Okay. So let's do the damage now. 6 plus another 2. 8 plus 2 for the hex. 10 damage to bandit number 1. So they are barely still on their feet. They're reduced to 1 health point. Have that, you brute. Now Bobo is going to fire at bandit number 2. Right. Bobo, do thy worst. Don't know whether he's going to fire at you or whether he's going to just move in. He'll probably just move in like I have done. Yes, he's going to swing his longsword at them, so he'll get a +4. Come on, Bobo, make this one stick. Well, he got a 16 plus 4, so he got a 20 damage that he would do on that. So he did 2-handed slashing, so that's 7 damage on Bandit B. In your face. Well, in your face, down through the navel and right across the chops. Ah! So, right, so that is my goal now, so Right, bandit 1 is, well, I think they're just going with their last dying action, going to try and attack me. Unfortunately, they're going to have to do that at disadvantage again because Bobo is by my side, patiently defending me. When I say patiently defending me, I literally mean that Granville is like dodging and weaving behind Bobo every second or any time anybody comes close to him. Right, so even at disadvantage, they got 13. So what I will do is I am going to use one of the features here, which I believe is Arcane Deflection. So I'm going to add +2 to my AC, which would take that to 14, which would take it above that strike, so he cannot hit me. It does just mean that next time if I attack, I can only use a cantrip. But last time I didn't do that anyway. I just smacked him over the head with a quarterstaff as my hex weapon. I've been told that Hexblade's curse is what I used, and that Hex is different. Fair enough, I knew I'd make a mistake here at some point. Right, and the next bandit is just going to try and attack me again, Bandit B. And they get a 10, so no luck. The next two will try and attack Bobo. Oh, both of them managed to strike Bobo. Poor Bobo is being hewn by these terrible bandits. Right, so 4 for the slashing damage. So he's taking 8 points of damage. He's definitely proving his worth as a meat shield here, isn't he? Right. Not his pretty face, it's just said here. Not his pretty, nobbling face. Exactly. Right, what am I going to do? I'm probably going to use one of my spells here. Actually, no, because what we'll do is here we'll use his second wind. So that's fine. So what I'll do is I will smash. Yeah, I'll smash Bandit. I'll smash Bandit 3. I'll smash the third Bandit. See how we go. Well, I'll hope I'll smash him. Let's have a see here. We'll roll the dice. Oh, 17. That's nice. Yes, that's enough to hit them. Right, and let's give him another whack. So 5 plus 2 is 7, plus another 2, that is 9 to that one there. 9 damage on you, sir. Ugh, it's another spluttering, muttering one there. Ugh. Right. Bobo, let's get you back in the fight here. I believe with him being a fighter, he's got second wind, so let's drop some second wind on him. He has. So he has level 2, so it's 1d10 plus his level. Let's hope we roll high for you, little dude. A 9. Excellent. So he takes 10 health points back. He has used his second wind, though. Right. Now, this is a bit where I have to find out is second wind a bonus action or not. Yes, it's a bonus action, so great. So he's going to swing his longsword again at the last bandit. $16, nice. So that other bandit is going to take 5 damage. No, 7 damage, because he used it double-handed, didn't he? He's going to hew through them again. Hey, what say you, Bobo? Not too bad, eh? These guys are looking a bit roughed up. Not a scratch yet. How about you? Bobo's just like, ugh. Right, so we'll fire through the rounds here on round 3. So the 2 of them will do the same thing again. 2 of them are going to try and slash at me. And that was a 2 at disadvantage. Well, 2 with the disadvantage. And the next one was a 9, so they both missed me. Now the other 2 are going to try and attack Bobo like they have been doing. Just been asked in the chat if Bobo should have got 13 back. Because I'm level 4, but actually Bobo is just a level 2 fighter, so he should have got 11 back. So in a second I'll give him an extra health point back for his second wind. Right, so one of them manages to hit him. That will do 4 slashing damage. So if we just take 3 damage off him, that'll work out the same. Right, now back to my turn. Yeah, I'm going to whack the first one that I put the hex on of the head with the quarterstaff again. Oh, 19, so that is a critical. Okay, so 1d6, maximum damage for that would be 6. Doesn't matter anyway, I think they've only got 1 health point left, so whatever I do, it's just going to smash him into the ground. So they are dead, so now that they are dead, I get plus 2 health points, well, temporary health points. And I think I can swap that hex over now as well, can't I? Hexblade's Curse, sorry. You regain 4 health points if it dies. Ah, that's different. It says you regain. So I'd have to have lost them in the first place. So I didn't lose any, so that's fine. Right, yeah, and that's Hexblade's Curse, so it's not actually Hex, so you can't transfer it across like you can with Hex. So that dies with them. That is the end of Granville's turn, so now it is Bobo's turn. And he's going to smash one of the other bandits now. Well, hopefully he is, if he hits them. Oh, nice, a 16. Yep, so that is one more bandit that has been slashed. Never to bother people on the roadside again. That's it, exactly. Granville and Bobo making the world a safer place. So back up to their turn. 2 of them are dead. That leaves 2 of them. One is going to fire at me, and one of them is going to fire at Bobo. Right, the one that fires at me gets an 11, so it misses. And the one that fires at Bobo gets a 3, so it misses. I think we're going to make mincemeat of these, hopefully, now. So it's another thwack with a quarterstaff. Nice. 11 plus 4, that's 15. Let's roll some damage. Oh, yes. 7 points of damage. Gone. Done did. I've just been alerted on the chat that says that this is when one of them pulls out a whistle. Yeah, this is just the entree, as it we're waiting for dessert to come flying through the forest. Right, Granville is going to try and attack the last one now. Oh, poor Granville. Been overexcited. It doesn't work. He misses them. Right, the last bandit He's going to try and step forward and attack Granville for that. Cocked. Let's try again. Oh no, he misses. Right, so I am going to try and glory hog and kill this last thing that Granville has been fighting. Well, Bobo's been fighting. And that'll do it. That's a 12. So yes, that's fine. So let's roll some damage. Let's put some hurt on this thing. 2 plus 2 is 4. Oh, just enough to see them shuffle off this mortal coil. Crack the head open like a watermelon. No more. Just before their head bursts open, you can see this brass whistle being slowly raised up to the, like, bullet time being raised up to the lips. Just before they can get it inside. Gone. Well, Bobo, I think we better leave. We better go right now. And they head off. And they head off into the forest now to try and find this dungeon. So let's find out. I'm going to roll a few rolls here and find out just exactly what this dungeon is like. Loot. Yes, okay, loot. Let's have a see. We think they've got anything worthwhile. So I will roll odds and evens. Odds, they've got jack crap on them. And evens, they have some loot, possibly. Oh, it said evens. They do have loot. It was worth attacking them. Oh, good. Right, let's see what they get here then. Let's roll a D100. They get a 5. Right, what is that? Oh, I'm finding page 4. Right, we find a pile of burned wood and ash that lies on the floor and smells of smoke that's lingering around. It would be the fire pit that the bandits have been warming their hands on. Let's have a find now, just exactly what we find in there. Roll a D4, it says. Pull out the caltrop, see what happens. Oh, we get a 4. Some glowing embers easily seen in the dim light. The sound of laughter hangs in the stale air. Ooh, ominous. Ooh, let's hope it's not a portent for what's to come. We'll find out soon. Okay. Right, let's find out what's going to happen now. What sort of dungeon-ified area that we find these in. So it's a relatively new dungeon. Like that matters. Oh, look, look at these fine architectural features of this dungeon. Said no dungeon delver ever. But let's see. Apparently, it's only 2 years old. Now, something going off in my head at this point about a 2-year-old dungeon. Like, who's built this? Surely this is a trap. But then again, Granville isn't the brightest of sparks. So that doesn't seem to bother him that this place looks like it was virtually thrown up yesterday. Right, let's see how many rooms we're going to have in this dungeon. 5 rooms, it says. A pop-up dungeon. Right, 5 rooms in the dungeon. Let's find out what the original purpose of this dungeon is even. 45. It was originally a mine. God, they must have bought out this mine really quick if they've abandoned it within 2 years. Or maybe they dug too deep. Mind you, how can you dig too deep when it's only a small dungeon that's 5 rooms? Maybe the crust of the earth is very thin at this part. They didn't have to dig very much before they managed to drop through the earth's mantle. Oh, we can roll to see who built it as well. Let's find out. 43. It was originally built by a warrior as a monument. So, a warrior builds a dungeon mine as a monument. That's pretty mind-blowing. Why is it still not being used as a mine? Let's find out. The builders were wiped out by magical experiments. It just keeps getting better. So, a mighty warrior builds a mine as a standing monument to himself. But as it's being built, he uses magic to try and build it quicker. But unfortunately, it manages to kill everybody who's building it. You know, that almost seems too brilliant a backstory for something that is just an incidental adventure. But there you go. Oh, I'm being asked, has anybody seen The Descent? Let's find out what the entrance looks like. 33. Well, the entrance is below water. Fantastic. We'll have to squelch through the water. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful before we can get in. Now it's going to be like, just complaining about dampness. Right. Let's see what rooms we have. Right, so the first room is a corridor. The second room is a corridor. It's just going to be one long corridor. Like they just gave up. They couldn't be bothered to think about anything else to build. Building corridors is easy, lads. 6. The next room is a stairway. Right. Room number 4 is a corridor. Corridor, corridor, stairway, corridor. Do we think there might be another pattern? It might be another corridor or another stairway. So what's room number 5, the last room, going to be? 3, it's actually a room. That works out quite well, doesn't it? Right. So, doors in this room. Let's find out if there's any doors in this room that's by itself. There is one door coming from the corridor. Now, is this door locked or not? Let's have a see. 5, the door's locked. Oh, great. Those hipsters selling those jeans, as has been mentioned on the chat here, really are making people work hard to buy those jeans. Right, let's find out what's inside this room. Oh, there's a creature. Oh, no, it says none. Well, I'm going to put a creature in there anyway. What I'll do is I'll roll one for each of the corridors, perhaps. So there's none in the first corridor. 5 creature in the second corridor. Creature in jeans. Anything in the stairway? There's a creature in the stairway. If we get too many creatures, we might just bypass some of these. Trap in the corridor. And we're already putting a creature in the room, so let's have a look. Traps, 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 traps. Let's roll to see what sort of trap this is. Spears. Spear trap. Right. Well, I believe we have generated a dungeon there now, so we have corridor, corridor, stairway, corridor, room. Let's quickly draw that out now. Right. Okay, corridor, starting here. I don't want a token, I want to fill, there we do. Number 1 corridor. Slightly change the colour there. Number 2 corridor. Stairway now. There's the stairs. Another corridor coming off there. Right. And then a room. With one door, which is there, so let's put a door there. There's a door into the room, which is locked, supposedly. Right, and I think we said there was supposed to be a creature on the stairs. Then the second corridor. And there's supposed to be a creature at the top of the stairs. There we go, and we'll also put a creature in the room there. There we go. Apparently my first card better. There we go. We'll just zoom in there a little bit. It says. Right, better put a character each for me and Bobo. Right, so that's Bobo and Granville. Okay, now I just have to remember and see how far these can walk. I think Granville can probably walk further than the dwarf. The dwarfs are not dwarf. There's no dwarfs here. Gnomes have a walking speed of 25 feet, and Granville has a walking speed of 30 feet. That works out well because Granville will just continue to use him as a meat shield, a human shield, so that's okay there then. Right, so back to my encounters. Let's have a see here. Let's find out just exactly which monsters you will encounter inside the dungeon. Those 2 monsters. Being asked, was there a rest? Yes, I'm going to say there was a rest before they got here. So I'm going to stick a long rest on them here. Take that long rest. Confirm. Somebody is hoping that we're going to find a beholder. I'm not, but okay. D100. Let's see. Six. Undead Hunger. Too far down, I agree. Let's have a see here. Will it be 6? 5. How bad are these ghouls, seeing as it's saying just one of them would be a tough encounter for us? Yeah, okay, we'll leave it at one ghoul there. That's fine by me. Right, what does it say that we get next? Right. Nearly there. So we'll save. Okay. There's a lot of undead in this finger. Alright. Alright, let's get into the map though. So that is a ghoul. And this is a zombie. I think it had a friend as well. Right. Okay. 1, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 feet for me. 30 feet for Bobo. Oh, right. Let's see who gets the drop on the initiative. Monsters. Roll its initiative 6. Hopefully we can do a little bit better than the 6. Well, if we don't do better than the 6, we're doing badly, seeing as I've got +5. Only just squeaked it though, 7. I'll take it. Still one more in the initiative than it. Right, can't really do anything myself because I can't really see it when you look on there. Because I'm not round the corridor. But Bobo is, so we'll allow him to use his crossbow. So when you with it. It's a longbow actually, sorry. So it's +3 to hit. Oh, that's a 6 +3, so that's 9. That isn't going to do anything. Right, I think the ghoul, that can move 30 feet. Okay, it's going to move up to us now, isn't it? It's going to engage Bobo. Let's see what it gets. It has bite or claws. Well, it'll probably try and claw him. With a +4 on the... Oh, the 21. Yeah, that'll hit. Right, so Bobo needs to make a DC 10 Constitution saving throw. I'll be paralysed for a minute. Wonderful. Constitutions. +2 on his Constitution. Oh, he got 10, so +2, that makes it 12, so he isn't paralysed, but he will take the damage from its claws, which is 7 slashing damage. You swine. He didn't put all his health points back up. We'll put them back up anyway. For having a long rest. Oh, we're taking some down again now. Alright, what am I going to do here? Girls, let it go. My goal. I'm going to move him on the map. Just to here. Alright. See if I can whack it with a quarterstaff. Great, can't see the dice under there. 4 + 4 = 8. God, this ghoul is one slippery undead. Slippery undead. Right, Bobo will have his next go then. +4 to hit him. The zombies aren't joining in because they're in the bottom of the stairwell. Maybe they'll join in next session. So what is that? 7 + 4. I think it's just going to be under its armour because I think that ghoul has an armour of 12. Oh, that is gutty. Ghoul's next goal then. It's going to try and bite them. Try and bite Bobo. Let's hope it doesn't hit him. Oh, it doesn't. That's fortunate. Right. Let's hope this turns out a bit better than last time. Well, that's 9 + 4, that's 13. That is enough to hit it. Let's roll some damage on it. Oh, 4 damage. It's better than nothing. Right. Bobo, do thy worst. I believe it's a +4. I'll have to try and remember that next time. Yeah, +4 to hit. Yeah, I can use. I'm being told I can use the Beyond to roll damage, but unfortunately, I don't have anything open to display the Beyond on. I think. I'll have a check. Didn't do it last time. Oh, it's done it. Longbow 4. Well, he wasn't doing his longbow, so that's just as well then, isn't it? I'll roll it. 18. That'll hit it. That'll do 7 damage to it. Right, now it's a ghoul's turn. It's going to try and attack me now that it's seen me move up to it and me try and attack it. So it's going to try and bite Granville, but it will do so at disadvantage. 18. 2 18s at disadvantage. Maybe I should have rolled it on the finger. I can't even use Arcane Deflection or anything like that because it will still be over what Arcane Deflection would help me out with, I think. It's a +2 bonus. Dang. That's painful. That is 9 damage. 23. Do I have shield as a spell? I don't think I do, actually. No, no shield. Yeah. Okay. Right, my go again. Hellish Rebuke. Is it time for a Hellish Rebuke? I don't think I can do that because I'm in melee. If I try to do a Hellish Rebuke, that's the problem. What could I do in melee? I could do a Green Flame Blade, that's right. Or I could do Shock and Grasp. Yeah, Shock and Grasp would be quite good, wouldn't it? Let's Shock and Grasp this thing. Nine. God, this ghoul's hanging around like a bad smell. No, that ain't going to do any good. Right. Hopefully you can do a bit better than I did there, Bobo. Oh, he gets a 19, so he can do. So he's going to whack a 7 damage on this thing. Have that. Right, ghoul's next go. He's going to try and attack me again. They got a 9. And what else did it get? And a 14, so he got a 9, so it doesn't manage to hit me this time. Right, okay. Spells. It's part of the action used to cast. Yeah, that's all good. Let's Shock and Grasp it. Let's see if this Shock and Grasp turns out any better than the last one. No, it doesn't. It turns out with an 11 against an armor class of 12, so that sucks. Right, Bobo, finish him off for me. Not a chance there. Or +4. Oh, my heart aches. Let's see what this ghoul can do. Can try and bite me again. 5. Nope. Right. Let's just see how naff. No, you know what? I'm not even going to try and shocking blast it this time. I'm just going to try and hit it with a quarterstaff. Even though technically they're both +4 and it shouldn't make a blind bit of difference. And it hasn't made a blind bit of difference. It's an 8. I think Granville is scared, properly scared of this ghoul. He doesn't like the undead. He's leaving all the heavy lifting to Bobo. $16, yay!